Man, thank y'all for tuning in to us, man. It's your boy, Redell Norman, tuning in to the Politicking Networking show. I know it's been a minute, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm so glad that y'all can get back with us. Hey, a little housekeeping. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Man, we definitely need that. So if you can do that, go ahead and do that right now. Man, we're going to jump right into it. We have a special guest in the house today, Miss Erika Green, with a K, that is. How you doing today, Miss Green?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
Man, thank you for coming. You know, we feel so important when politicians can take out of their busy schedule and actually pull up on us. So we know you're a real one, as usual.
Well, we've known each other a long time.
Of course,
when certain people call, I come.
Thank you. Well, I feel so important, you know, but it's an occasion that brings us here as well. We all have heard and seen some signs around town, you know, with your face on it. And it seems like you're transitioning from District 5 Metro Council, to family court now. Tell us about that.
So the past 6 years, I've been in public service as a council person for District 5, currently still working in that seat. And an opportunity came up where one of the judges for family court in East Baton Rouge is retiring. Her actual retire date is in January, which pushed an election for a special election for the fall time period. And so I've been actually over the last 10 and a half years running my own practice. Solo practitioner, practicing in family law mainly, estate law, and civil litigation. And so for the past 10 and a half years, even while being a council person, I've been consistently working. I got to eat, right?
Right.
So I've been doing, being an attorney, but I always like to tell people, not only have I been working for individual clients, I also have been trusted with work from agencies, state agencies, and nonprofits. And so I'm just not saying I practice law. I'm actually a contract attorney for Department of Children and Family Services for foster care adoptions. I'm actually currently an impartial hearing officer, similar to a judge for Louisiana Workforce Commission with rehabilitation cases. And my prior experience was I was with Southeast Legal Services for about 5 years doing child in need of care cases. That's abuse cases, everybody. And you know that in family court, we have a high domestic violence docket.
Oh, correct.
And so it's important that as you're looking for individuals that are seeking judgeship, this is a specialty court, and we need to have a special type of individual with special experience on the bench. And so, yes, I've been in politics, but this is not me jumping from seat to seat. I could have done that long time ago, but I chose to wait for the perfect seat for me and the one that God has ordained for me. And so the family court judge seat, Division B, which was held by Lisa Woodruff White, the only African-American judge on the bench. This is a minority district.
Correct.
And so I believe that we need to have someone that is community oriented and somebody that actually, you know, I'm public school educated. I understand the dynamics of families. Like I said, I did foster care adoptions. And so I understand that, you know, in our community, we're raising children, different relatives, right? Not just the nuclear family, the mother and the father anymore. You have aunts and uncles raising children. So just because I haven't birthed a child doesn't mean I don't understand what the family dynamic needs.
That is correct. And speaking of schools, could you tell the people about your alumni? You know, I don't want to drop any hits, but she is a Bengal.
Yes, you know, we went to school together at Bel Air High School. My brother and I went to Bel Air High School. I then left Bel Air, went to Prairie View A&M in Texas. I'm double HBCU alum. And then I came back home to Southern University Law Center. And great experience. I even have taught at the Law Center as an adjunct professor, teaching legal writing and research for about 3 years. I took a break, you know, because you can't do everything, right? Politics, right. Teaching, everything. I wanted to make sure that I could give the students what they needed. And so I took a little break, but I'm sure that may be something I continue to do later on.
Correct. But most definitely, your Bel Air Bengals pulled it out this past weekend. So shout out to Coach over there.
And still winning. They are like 3-0 now.
All right.
Ironically, I'm following it. kind of stuff.
So, speaking of Bel Air and that road they are on, it's been a long time, and Coach Wade has brought life and a lot of things going on at Bel Air High School. And I want to give a special shout out to Coach Wade. I saw that brother this weekend after that good victory. So shout out to those guys over there, man. Keep up the good work.
And let me say this. One thing we learned at Bel Air is to be community oriented, and Wade is instilling that in the kids. When the hurricane hit last fall, he made sure that they were out, doing the bags for the seniors, the sandbags. And so definitely shout out to him and his team, but definitely kudos to them on their success right now.
Right. And speaking of giving back to the community, I always see you at some event for kids, or you're visiting a church house, or you're giving back to the community in some form or fashion. What do you have coming up this week? Because I know that, hey, and speaking of that, monologue right that into this. October 31st, the Resistance has the second annual Halloween trunk or treat. So if you're in the area, please pull up 11353 Greenwell Springs Road, Suite A5. Don't meet me there, beat me there. So most definitely, Ms. Green, what do you have coming up for these next few weeks?
So I want to say that the reason why I have so much stuff and why you see me in so many places, many people don't know, I was afforded a great opportunity with my church members growing up, with the organizations that they connected me to. I was in a lot of programs growing up. And so I believe that you have to mentor young people. I believe you have to expose them. I worked in juvenile court for many years when I first started as a conflict attorney. So when it was more than one kid on a case, they have to appoint another attorney. You don't get paid.
Right.
But I learned that those kids that were there were a result of not being exposed to community. They just knew their block, they knew their neighborhood, and that was it. And so many of the things that you see me at or you see me doing is a result of trying to give back what I received when I was growing up. I have my own nonprofit, which is Imagination Leads. We promote literacy in the community. And so you always see me with some books anywhere I go and bring those out. In the District 5 area, we do have a number of events that we host throughout the school year. But we also have a trunk or treat, just like you mentioned earlier, and you've come to it. We service over 300 kids in the Hollywood area, Plank Road area. Right. And I say that because they need a safe place to go and have fun. And so we made sure even during the pandemic that we had a fun outlet for those young people. That is scheduled for October 29th. We're actually going to do it on a Friday this year because there's so much happening that weekend. On that Friday, we are doing a trunk or treat event. And so that's just one of the things that's coming up. They have a number of them across the city. Take a kid there or donate to that event. A lot of us do community service work and it's out of our pockets. And so we really appreciate donations. I know that the Resistance appreciates the donations. So definitely if you're available in the next couple of weeks, pick up some candy, right?
Right.
And bring a kid to the community in one of those events.
And that'll be correct. And if you do want to come by and swing on Miss Erika Green, that will be the Charles R. Kelly Community Center. Could you give them that address?
3535 Raleigh Street. We usually start about 6 o'clock. And the theme this year is superheroes. So if you want to bring a trunk, get in touch with us, kbjackson@brla.gov.
And most definitely, it's a lot of events that are going on that she runs at the Charles R. Kelly Community Center. So if you are in need of help in any form or fashion and you are a person in that district, even if you're not, pull up, they can get you squared away. Most definitely. They have a wonderful staff. A lot of nice ladies and gentlemen work there. So if you're in the area and you need help, please pull up to the Charles R. Kelly Community
Especially
Center.
if you, we know that we're in a food desert. And so we do have, in conjunction with the Baton Rouge Food Bank, we have an emergency food pantry on site. And so I always encourage people to come to that. We give away food. Before everybody was doing these giveaways, we were giving away food once a month. And so we give fresh produce out and we give out healthy items. So that's another part about it. So definitely try to come to the Charles R. Kelly Community Center. We do have zip code preferences, but if you come on an emergency basis, we will service you.
Most definitely. And I can vouch for that because most definitely that is my district, District 5. And this is my councilwoman for the time being. So most definitely. And we want to speak about getting out to vote. Could you let the people know when early voting starts and the election day?
So this is a special election, but most importantly, we got extended, right? We were supposed to have that election early October, but the new election date is November 13th. Early voting, which you can go to 5 locations to early vote, not your usual location spot. Go to 5 locations, but early voting starts October 30th through November 2nd. Only 3 days. I have no clue who wrote that up, but 3 days. So that means you need to go early vote or you need to submit your ballot. If you are someone who is disabled or you have a family member that you are helping, make sure you send that out. So that's election days. They end usually at 8, I think.
You could, but if you're in line, they will stay on until 9 p.m.
Absolutely.
They will not turn you away. If you are in line, and if they do turn you away, give us a call and we will make sure that problem is eradicated.
And the second thing is if you don't know where to go, and sometimes they do move the voting precincts, go to geauxvote.com, govote.com, and you can type in your name, you can type in your address, and see if you're registered, one, because sometimes they purge, and 2, if you are registered, where you can vote in.
Right, most definitely. If you are not registered to vote, you can pull up at 11353 Greenville Springs Road, Suite A5. You can also pull up to the Charles R. Kelly Community Center, or you can go to your local DMV.
Yes.
And they can get you squared away. We need everyone registered to vote. I don't care who you vote for, I just need you to vote.
Absolutely.
So thank y'all so much. And I would prefer that you vote for someone that we know, preferably. But I would rather that you vote. And thank y'all so much. And we want to just touch up on a few more things before we let Miss Erika Green go. I know that you're a PV alumni, and we're going to be having a game in a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Homecoming. Mm-hmm. It is against Purview, and we're doing pretty good this year.
Of course.
So, I will be in mixed match attire. Okay. I'm being honest. Half of the day I'm going to be a Jag. Half of the day I'm going to be a Panther. So yes, Prairie View really raised me and got me to be who I am today. So I can't hide that part of me.
Most definitely. Yeah, and a lot of my family members are alumni as well. So who you rooting for? PVU?
Yes, come on, you know it. You better say it. That's at HBCU.
Yeah,
I got Crock on.
You know. North Houston, stand up, man. Hey, 290. I'm real familiar with that area. So most definitely, man. Shout out to PVAMU, and most definitely shout out to Miss Erika Green for blessing us, coming through and telling us about this new election, this new venture and a new adventure in her life that she's about to partake and help our city out on. And we thank you and we appreciate you so much for your service. Hey, we're always in your corner. If you need anything, just like we come begging, you can come begging to
Listen, and he calls me. I just want to end by saying that this is a special seat. Family court deals with very intense issues: divorce, custody, child support, domestic violence. And so this is one of those, seats that you really don't know the judge, till you have to go in there.
Correct.
And so I just want you to make sure that you're telling your family and your friends about this election. And thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, like, subscribe, and comment, man. Check into the antidote. Check into the resistance. And we are still hiring. If you are looking for a job, an employment place that is real family friendly, hey, we are the place for you. So most definitely, if you need to fill out an application, you can do that from 10 to 2 o'clock, Monday through Friday. My assistant will be there on a regular basis from Monday through Friday, 10 to 2. That's 11353 Greenwood Springs Road, Suite A5. Thank y'all so much, man, and we appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, comment. Deuces.